What's going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to T3G. This is Tech Monday, where we do all sorts of different tech stuff. Sometimes it's tech reviews, sometimes it's how-tos and tutorials, other times it's just a discussion and kind of an overview about tech stuff, and that's what we're talking about today. We're talking CES 2019. I've picked my top 5 items that were shown off at CES, and I want to give a shout out to everyone that did all the work for me by going to CES and getting the footage necessary and the information necessary to see what was there. Hopefully one day we'll be able to get there, but for now I have to rely on CNET, TrendNet, PC Mag, a bunch of other ones. So everyone that went and got that information, much appreciated. But before we start with the 5 picks, I've got a few choice picks that I want to talk about that are kind of ridiculous. First, Procter & Gamble released this magic wand that apparently scans your skin, determines if you have freckles, and then applies, and this is the key here, makeup or serum, not really sure what kind of serum we're talking about, via inkjet nozzles. So it's printing on your skin to cover up your stuff. That's ridiculous. I feel like if you have freckles and you're concerned about them, maybe you go see a doctor. If you're not concerned about them, you live with it because they're part of your body and you just move on with your life. This is the weirdest thing for me. I just think it's strange. Apparently, Blu-ray players are shown at CES, and that's... what? They play Blu-rays. What more do you need out of it? Like Dolby Vision? You're not gonna get a Dolby Vision experience at home. Like, you would need moving chairs and stuff. Like, the bass and the sound setup needs to be so ridiculous that, like, you're never gonna get Dolby Vision. Like, HDR, cool, fine, like, that's a thing, but like, you need a corresponding TV. I mean, like, your setups. But again, it's just a Blu-ray player. It's just like one more feature. It's like just different price points. So these are just the high price point Blu-ray. I just don't get why these are a thing. Like, why they're shown off, and that there's so many. Like, they talk here about 3 of them on Tech Radar, and I don't know why. Like, now this is ridiculous. 2019 shows off BMW's self-riding motorcycle. I get autopilot cars. I get even why we'd maybe want to have a car that drives itself. Maybe if you're passed out, if you're hurt. I mean, I guess if you are hurt, you could have this bike ride itself. But what? Why? This to me feels like could be a premise for like a Power Ranger spinoff. Because I'm thinking back to like the Ninja Ranger days when they had shark cycles and they would just show up. That's how they get there. BMW self-driving technology, apparently. I don't get it. I don't get certain things. Like, there's a lot of cool car tech stuff that came out of that, but this is not one of them. This is just kind of strange. Now, let's get into the actual top 5, starting with the Rollable TV. MKBHD Marquez Brownlee did an incredible video about this, showing it off. I think this could really revolutionize things. I think the real application, though, is not on your desk and not on a counter. I think the real application is when you can put it in your ceiling, and you don't need the whole wall. You can just put it in your ceiling. It'll be a box. You just push a button and it comes down out of your ceiling. That, I think, is going to be the next level, the real thing. But it's just like a little box. It's like a big set-top box on your shelf, and then it shoots out a TV, and that's ridiculous, and it's amazing, and I think it's something like $8,000, but kind of worth it. Like, I love the back, the arms there they fold in to then allow it to shrink, and it's just got these panels. It's got hundreds of these little panels that make up the LCD screens. Well, I'm sorry, not LCD, OLED, because that's the only way this works. And man, OLED really, apparently it says it's been tested 50,000 up and downs. So like, the motor's good, obviously. Yeah, I mean, this is super dope, super duper dope. I'm super excited to see where this goes and kind of how it evolves, and maybe one day becomes actually affordable. Shifting gears, ironically, no pun intended, to the first flying car Apparently being set to look at the Uber market to have a flying car. Super cool. I remember, what was it? What was the name of that movie?
Fifth Element.
Fifth Element. That's high this year.
Exactly what you're doing.
Fifth Element promises this a long time ago, 1995, I believe it was, that we were going to get flying cars. Lots of other movies promised flying cars way sooner. I think the earliest, if memory serves, the earliest like future vision of flying cars was 1997. So like, you know, we're behind a bit on the flying car thing. Looks like it's a 5-seater, so plenty of room. You know, you're gonna be able to have some people in there. It's got some cup holders.
Drive cars.
I mean, it'll be self-driving, or you'll have a pilot, but it's all digital. There's no sticks. There's no rudder. The rudder is not even the right. No, I think that is rudder is flying. Not a flying guy, but yeah, it doesn't look like it has sticks. It's just digital. It's just screens. So who knows? Maybe. But I think it could very much be cool. So these are the concepts here, and that's the interior. And that's dope, because I know like for certain places, especially like New York, because I know I watch Casey Neistat, I'm sure everyone does at this point, but he often jumps on a helicopter just to get over to the airport because the traffic is ridiculous. Same thing in LA, the traffic is so ridiculous, people use helicopters a lot. This could be something where like you could drive to a certain point, and then it's like, oh, can't, like traffic beyond here is terrible. Pop up and get to the rest of your destination. I think it could be cool. It could be cool, like in the future. The next thing we're talking about, kind of staying along the vehicle route, this bad boy. I can't decide if it's too ridiculous or if it's too cool. I'm still kind of on the fence there. It on the outside looks. I really like their 3D thing here. On the outside, it looks like just a regular SUV. Kind of has those ugly squinty lights that the new, I think the Cherokee, not the Grand Cherokee, one of the two. They have these like squinty lights, and I'm not a big fan of those. Although kind of with the other design, it looks okay. You know, the wheels look all right. The overall body looks decent. But then when you get inside, I wonder if it'll show us the inside. No? But here, let's just turn it. Yeah, that's all screen. The whole front, it's a 48-inch screen. 48-inch screen. It is called the M-Byte. I think it's called, yeah, the M-Byte concept. The back looks suspiciously like Lincoln. Like, a lot like a Lincoln. But, yeah, I mean, like, look, from the back. Like, let's say you're in a truck. You could watch what's on their screen. You could follow their GPS. Like, the screen is so enormous. It's a lot. It's a lot of screen. The inside, why are there no snapshot? No. I don't need that. The inside has, how do you back out of this? There we go. There we go. The M-Byte concept. The inside has actually, there it is. Oh my God. Shh, it's all videos, jeez. So yeah, the inside has this dash that's ridiculous. Well, I think that's the K-Byte. Because the one no, this is the M-Byte. Because the one that they showed off at the auto show had way more of an aggressive dash. Like, this looks almost like a normal dash. The one at the show definitely had way more of an aggressive dash layout. It's so much screen, and I think those are just cameras. Yeah, those are just cameras that monitor you while you're driving. And it's got a screen on the wheel, so it's like screen on screen action. It's just a lot. So I can't really decide if it's super cool or ridiculous, because I mean, that's so much screen. God dang it.
Car guy, that's not for me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's an electric car, obviously, because that's in the engine at that point if it's not an electric car. But, like, it could be cool. It could be cool if you're utilizing the right kind of self-driving technology. I think it could be really cool, especially for, like, family trips. Like, that's a lot of screen. You could watch a movie and have your nav up and have all the other stuff up. Yeah, I mean, there's possibility there, especially for the SUV. I don't know if I didn't look at the K-Byte. Let's see if the K-Byte has the same kind of interior. Does it show interior? Does it show interior? Although it does look like it has the same kind of giant screen action there. Yeah, I don't know how like practical that is on a sedan, but definitely for a SUV, like I get it. I get how it could work. I just think it's interesting. I like that these companies are kind of trying to do something different than the, like, let's just make, like, the Leaf is like, oh, it's faster a little bit and it goes further a little bit. Like, that's their, like, innovation from Nissan. And that's cool and it's practical, but it's just practical. It's not, there's no innovation. I think this is the true, like, innovation space. So I'm interested to see where it goes. Coming back to computers, the Alienware Area-51m, the first, well, not the first, but the first in a long time, modular, upgradable laptop. Like really, really, not just the graphics. So it's the graphics. The processor is a desktop class processor. It's the same socket. You could pick up any Intel off the shelf, pop it in there. Kind of ridiculous.
Well, I'm sure not any.
I mean, within the
Sockets.
Yeah, within the correct socket, of course. But I just mean, like, it's a desktop class processor. It's not a laptop. It's not soldered to the board. It's a regular socket that you just pop it in there. It comes with starting price will get you a 9th generation hexa-core i7-8700, GeForce RTX 2060, terabyte hard drive, and 8 gig SSD. Like, first of all, out the gate, you're already getting a pretty good setup. Like, really, really good. 144 hertz refresh rate on the screen. Like, ridiculous. So, out the gate, it's pretty good to begin with. And then a couple years, they're going to put out a new graphics card. I watched the Linus video, which, again, shout out to everybody that, you know, put in this work for me. They were apparently, what they said to him was that they were waiting for kind of NVIDIA to support a mobile, like, upgradable platform, and they just weren't doing that, and they just weren't working on a modular graphics card for mobile. They were really working for the built-in, onboard, you know, attached stuff. So they said forget it, and they built their own card and then just put the, you know, kind of a separate board that they built that connects to the board itself. The cool thing is the way it's built. If you look at the back there, the ports are on the card. So, I mean, just like on a desktop, the ports are on the card. So if you swap out the card, you could potentially put in new ports. So you could put in a, you know, HDMI 2.1 or whatever. Like, there's really cool potential there. It's huge, it's enormous, it's heavy, you know, it's kind of like the old ASUS, it wasn't even ROG at that point. Was it ROG? Yeah, so like the early days of the ROG desktop laptops that were desktop class for sure, that had the two giant fans on the back. They were the Nighthawk, the 170, SR170, no, whatever. The Nighthawk plane design inspired. That's kind of the size you're looking at. So hefty, nothing for like taking around with you to class or anything like that. 8.54 pounds. I mean, like, it's almost 10 pounds. It's hefty. I'm psyched though for those who are low on space or for those who just really got a game on the go. This is dope. This is a dope thing to have, a great option for the future. Price, I think, is looks like UK pricing is forthcoming. I don't think they have a price yet, but yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's a cool kind of space. And staying in that gaming laptop space, the ASUS Mothership GZ700, I'm hesitant to even call it a laptop. It really, to me, feels like a all-in-one computer, a really good all-in-one computer that happens to have a keyboard that you can kind of put up to it, because it looks like you could even take it off and fold it and have kind of a little stand for your keyboard. So it's really then just an all-in-one computer and a keyboard. It's not even just a laptop. Comparatively to the old ASUS ROG, you know, the big boy, it's thinner. The screen with the actual graphics and everything, processing is thinner. The keyboard obviously is way thinner, but I don't know, this doesn't look like it's attached in any way. I mean, maybe it might, but it just kind of looks like it's sitting on there. I don't know. It's hard for me to really put this in the laptop category, but it's cool. It's definitely portable. It's the laptop size. You know, it's something, again, if you got a game on the go, this is something that you could definitely bring with you. It looks like it's RTX 2080, so even a better graphics card, and an i9-8950, so an even better processor. Looks like it has a pair of NVMe SSDs and a RAID 0. Like, you know, good setup. You're not getting, you know, cheated. You're not paying for the design only. You are paying for the design, I'm sure, but you are paying also for the stuff that you're getting. And you're getting a pretty powerful machine. Wouldn't be for me, but I think it's really, really cool. Again, I like innovation. I like things to change. You know, like this has been the laptop for so long that when like 2-in-1s came out, like I was obsessed with the HP X1 that I, for like years ago, was like one of the early like touchscreen 2-in-1s where the screen would like swivel and turn around. Loved that thing because it was different. It was something new. It wasn't just kind of the regular old same thing. So that's kind of why I really dig this. It's a really cool space. I like the fact that the trackpad's to the side. It's kind of, you know, it's all closer. The laptop, it's not like the keyboard is not further from you. It's not close to the screen. You can actually be away from the screen a bit. Like, I don't know. It's differences. There's a Razer that has a similar keyboard layout where the screen, or maybe it wasn't a Razer, maybe it wasn't a ROG laptop, where the keyboard's right up here and like the trackpad is next to it, and it's just the graphics is behind that. I like different stuff. And I think this is good. Finally, kind of a controversial space. This says Move Over Blackmagic meets Sharp's 8K consumer camera. It's a sub $5,000 camera. The problem is comparing to Blackmagic isn't necessarily a great thing. I've watched a ton of videos on the Blackmagic 4K cinema camera, and here's the thing: people love it, and people are like indifferent to it. I don't think I've seen anyone that hates it, just like outright hates it. But the people that don't like it or are indifferent to it, it's because of very, very valid, specific complaints. Speed, focus. It's just like, depending on what you are going to use it for, it has drawbacks. You know, that like a Red or a RE like doesn't. This is that kind of same space. It's this like little thing. I think it's a Micro Four Thirds sensor, but it's 8K, you know, so it's a lot of power. 8K 30 frames, so it's not even like only 24. It's 30 frames a second, so you can get quote unquote slow-mo, and they're apparently talking about getting up to 60 frames, which is cool. I am optimistic because I always like to see more power available for less money. You know, obviously this isn't going to supplant a Red. This isn't going to supplant an Ari Alexa. Like, it's just not. But it's cool to have something like, for us, one day, like if we could rent this for, you know, $500 and do a weekend shoot with it, that'd be awesome. You know, but like, we're not gonna be able to rent an Ari Alexa for $500. Like, the rentals on those are like $15,000, $2,000. Like, it's something that could make really high quality filmmaking available for you know, the little guys like us. So that's my five favorite products. A lot of talk at CES looks like to have been wearables, which I really don't care about. Like, I wear a Fitbit, just a regular Fitbit with a heart rate. I'm not like, I was looking into like an Apple Watch or something like that, but like this extra stuff it gives me, I don't care about. So like, wearables to me wasn't a big deal. This was the only like camera kind of thing out of it that really drew my eye. A lot of car tech, a lot of car tech. Like, there was a Hyundai showed off this walking car that could be like a rescue vehicle. Super dope. There's a lot of cool stuff they showed at CES, but this is kind of the stuff that really stood out to me and that really interested me. So if you guys have any questions about these, make sure you drop them down below. If you know something about them that I don't, please do drop them down below. Drop a comment down below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.